Blessed be everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing a cord cutting meditation, but before we do, I'm Sandra from mysterywitchschool.com, author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path, and if you want to read that book, Crafting Your Wiccan Path, the link is in the description field below this video. And if you want to sign up to my free webinar, How to Heal Your Shadow Through Balancing Your Energy Centers, the link to that is in the description field below this video as well. And what that webinar is all about is to teach you a little bit more about the chakras and how the shadow work works with not just balancing the chakras, but also healing any of the wounds and any of the limiting beliefs and blocks that you may have in your shadow and in your life that are stopping you from truly stepping into your true purpose and your true awesome potential. So moving on to our cord cutting. The main reason people want to do a cord cutting is because they feel attached, energetically attached to someone that they no longer want to be energetically attached to in a negative way. Often it's a relationship of some sort, so it may be with parents, it may be with siblings, it may be with past lovers or past partners. It could be pretty much cutting ties with anybody that you've had some type of energetic relationship with, that you feel that the negativity needs to be cut away. You need to be removing that bad energy between the two of you, and you no longer want it anymore. When you're doing a cord cutting, it's generally done as a meditation. There's other ways that you can do it. Meditation is one of the easiest ways to do it. It's a guided meditation. And so all you need for this is to know the person that you're wanting to cut ties with, and to have a think to yourself about when you have cut your cords, which is your energetic cords, it's like you've got these energetic tentacles coming out of your body, and what you're wanting to do is to stop them from latching on to other people's tentacles and other people. So once you've cut the cords, all those tentacles, with a particular person that you may already have that connection with, you want to make sure that those cords don't link up again, that they don't connect up again. It's really important. So have a think about some location on this planet that you'd like to plant those cords. So it's like you're planting them in another location. So if you live in California, for example, you might want to plant your roots there in California, but when you're working on planting the other person's roots, you may want to plant them over the other side of the world so that they're not going to meet up again. It's a way of fixing the cords into the energy of the earth so that they don't meet up, because if you cut the cords and then you just go off, sometimes those energetic cords can link up again with that person. Another thing you need to do to prepare for this is to, if you feel the need, is to have another being with you to help you cut those cords. A lot of people will work with the Archangel Michael. A lot of witches and Wiccans prefer to work with somebody like Hecate, for example, or any of the deities that you want to work with or who you normally would work with. So you can use any of those. I like to work with Hecate for this because she's great with a sword, and she is of course about cutting away and banishing and doing the healing work from that cutting away perspective. So that's all you need to think about, is where do you want to plant your cords and the other person's cords, and which deity or spirit or being would you like to have to help you actually cut the cords for you. And when you're ready, you can either just watch this video and see what the process is, or you can do the meditation with me, or stop the video, get yourself prepared, get yourself comfortable, and we'll begin with the meditation. So closing your eyes and taking a nice deep breath in, and letting it out. Taking a nice deep breath in and letting it out. And taking a nice deep breath in and letting it out. That's right, just letting it out, letting all of the stress, all the tension just fall away, driving it down, down, down into the ground. Just feeling that peaceful sensation of your muscles relaxing. And if there is any tension in your body, just gently focus on it, allowing it to be there. You're not trying to change anything. Just being aware of where there's any tension. And just imagining it's like butter starting to melt in that area, and it's just melting, melting, melting all the way down, down, down your body. Going down. Drifting into a beautiful state of sleep. Like sleeping, moving into the astral world. And just enjoying the peaceful calmness that you're feeling as you just allow your body to just melt down into the ground, while also being quite upright. Feeling the connection of your spine or your feet connected to the ground, to what's below you, feeling the heaviness of the earth underneath you. Feeling very supported and feeling very secure. And I just want you to imagine that you are standing before a beautiful doorway. And just take notice of this beautiful doorway. The color, what it's made from, the shape. And now you're just going to gently open the door. And as you open the door, you see before you a beautiful garden. And this garden has all the things in it that you like. Maybe statues, objects. And you just step through that doorway, closing it behind you. And before you is a path, a pathway. An earthen pathway, it's very soft, and you start to walk down that pathway. Taking in the scents, the sounds of this beautiful garden. You feel very at home, very safe in this garden. It's a very, very beautiful place. And as you walk through this garden, you see before you another door in the distance. And you walk towards that door. And as it comes closer and closer, you start to notice its shape, its size and what it's made of, and its color. And this door is going to take you to another very beautiful place where you will begin to cut the ties, the energetic ties that you feel the need to cut with a particular individual. Knowing that no harm will come to this person or yourself, you're simply cutting away the energetic ties. You now come to that second door and you open it. You step through into another beautiful garden. The sun is shining. And you close the door behind you. And you notice that in this garden is another being. It may be Hecate, it may be the Archangel Michael, whichever being you have decided or asked to help you with this cord cutting. Just acknowledge them and thank them for being there. And then allow the person to whom you wish to cut ties with or cords with to be standing there in front of you, a meter or two away. You're very safe in this environment. There's nothing they can do to you. They're keeping their distance. And just have a sense of what cords there are between you and them. What do they look like? And where are they coming from? Just allow your imagination to inform you of what these energetic cords look like. And with this release, you're releasing yourself and this other person from a relationship that is not healthy. So it's just the negative aspects that you're releasing. You can still know this person, you can still have a relationship with them. But as these cords of attachment, these codependent cords, these negative cords, as they're severed, then both of you are free to have a relationship that is free of any sorts of negative attachments, or to just simply both go your own way. And now you ask the being who's assisting you with the cord cutting to come towards you. And they have a sword. Take notice of the sword. What does it look like? How big is it? How long is it? And then, when you're ready, indicate to that being when you wish for them to cut the cords. Now there will be cords in front of you, and there will also be cords that may be coming from behind you. Cut the ones in first. Cut the ones that are before you first. And see that being slice through those cords. And as those cords are cut, they fall into the ground. If they try to match up again, just allow the being to cut them again. And as those cords fall down into the ground, you see them going down, down into the ground. You see your cords going and embedding themselves down into the location in which you wanted to send your cords. And the other person's cords are starting to go down into the location, the other part of the world, where they are going to stay. I'll just give you a moment or two for all of the cords to be cut. Sometimes some cords are thicker than others, harder than others. And then once the cords in front of you, on the front part of your bodies, are severed, then your assistant moves to the back and cuts the ones that are coming from behind you. And do the same with those cords, sending them down into the ground, wherever you're embedding yours. And for the other being, the other person that you're cutting ties with, sending their cords down into the ground in that location. Sending the cords down into Mother Earth, no matter where you're sending them, is just sending them into Mother Earth. It's not keeping you in one position or one place or one location for the rest of your life, or for your person that you're cutting cords with. It's simply rooting them into the earth, but just letting them root into the earth at a distance from each other. And then once the cords are cut, thank your assistant, and just allow the other person whose cords you have cut, and just allow the other person whom you've cut ties or cords with to just fade into the distance. Wishing them well, and knowing that they are now free of you and you are free of them when it comes to any negative attachments. And if you continue a relationship with them, the relationship can become more positive, with less codependency, or the relationship can just continue to discontinue, and that you're just freeing yourselves of any negative attachments. And then just seeing this beautiful sun above you, and just allowing yourself to bask in this beautiful solar energy, the healing rays of the sun going down your body, healing your body, healing any wounds. It's not unusual to feel a sense of grief and sadness at cutting these cords sometimes, so just allowing yourself to feel the grief. And just feeling that sun go right down through your body, down into the ground. Feeling bathed by that warm sun. Feeling bathed by that warm sun. And you can, of course, stay here if you wish to stay here longer. Or you can turn around and thank your assistant once again, and then open that door, walking through it, closing it behind you, and you're back in that other beautiful garden, walking along that beautiful earthen path, and feeling how different you feel Are you walking differently along that path now? You see the door, the first door you walked through at the beginning, ahead of you, and you walk towards it, taking in the smells and the sounds and the scents, taking in the smells, the sounds of all around you. And now you come to that first door. You open it, step through, and close it behind you. And now we're going to emerge back into your physical life. And just allowing yourself to come back into your body. Feeling what it feels like to be in your body again, feeling the connection of your spine or your feet in contact with the ground beneath you. Noticing how your body's tension may have changed. Maybe it's not so tense now. Feeling a peaceful calmness in your body. And you begin to hear the sounds around you, in the space around you. Sounds out in the street, sounds within the room that you're in. And then you just begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, move your body around a little bit to get back into your body a bit more. And when you're ready, opening your eyes. And just notice how you feel. You may not notice anything to begin with. It may be something that you notice a few hours from now. I find when it comes to energetic healing, whether it's tapping or whether it is this sorts of energetic healing or even hypnotherapy, sometimes you don't notice the change for a couple of hours, or sometimes you sort of feel a bit discombobulated for a couple of hours afterwards because there's all this change going on inside the brain. You've got new neural pathways, new synapses, all that sort of stuff happening and forming. So sometimes you can feel it a little bit weird after you do some sort of an energetic healing or path working such as this. But in a couple of hours, everything will settle down. And you may find that your relationship, if you're still in a relationship with this person, so maybe they're a relative or somebody that you still see, just how that relationship may subtly change and how you may subtly change in the way that you behave when you're around that person. It's about freeing both of you from each other. It's not about harming anybody. It's not about severing a relationship. It is about severing those negative aspects of the relationship, the things that have been keeping you attached in a way that hasn't been helpful for either of you. It's a dysfunctional attachment, dysfunctional relationship. Those negative cords are all of the negative feelings you may have towards that person and that they may have towards you that cause you to behave in ways towards each other that aren't helpful. And that's the whole point of doing this exercise. If you want to do shadow work with me and balance your chakras, do have a look at Wheels of Empowerment. The link is in the description field below this video. The webinar masterclass that I told you about at the beginning of this video goes into a lot of detail about how all of that works, and it also does give you a rundown on what's in the course and what the course is about at the end of the webinar as well. So if you're curious about doing shadow work with me, download the free webinar, get yourself comfortable, sit down and watch it, because there's 7 chakras to get through, so there is quite a bit of detail in there. And then if you're interested in doing the shadow work with me, sign up for the course. If you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm Sandra from mysterywitchschool.com. Blessed be.